Yeah, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller, and welcome to the final video of 2021. At least in my time where I live, this would be my last one because December 31st right now. But shout out to all the people in Australia. I feel like Australia, I believe they are already in New Year. So yes, but happy New Year's and happy holidays. Just, happy day for everyone. I know 2021 has been a chaotic year, but for Wizard101, it's been decent. It's been decent. Not too bad, but yeah, it could have been better. But at the same time, we are here, and so yeah, we're just gonna talk about it. So we're gonna talk about stuff that I feel like Wizard101, I guess, would need, not technically in 2021, but maybe for the future of the game, just so it's nice and healthy and that everybody enjoys it. First thing I wanted to mention, I think we mentioned this during this year, but we mentioned that MGI wanted to have some plans to make a console port, and then we talked about that in the video, potential console launch for 2022, which obviously it's about to be 2022, but I'm not so certain that we're going to get an actual console port anytime soon. I mean, when I think about it like this, there would have to be a lot of limitations they might add on, including cross progression. And this is the same mistake they made with the Steam launch, because they released it on Steam, and I was like, oh yeah, that was nice. However, you couldn't use any pre-existing account, so you had to make your account through Steam, through the Wizard101 website, and it was a whole chore. And right now we only got about, like, I haven't seen the data lately, but it's kind of low for Steam charts. But I don't know, I do wish that they had a form of cross progression, or the ability to basically use a previous account that you've been playing on for years, especially with the latest free membership coming out. And the realms are pretty decently sized full even after the free membership period. Yeah, we got like 4 full realms. I don't know if that's just because of the holidays, that people are out of school, all the kids are out of school and stuff like that. But it is nice seeing some of the realms that fold up. Now, obviously, it won't get to like 2 pages, but it is nice seeing like at least 1 page kind of crowded or full and stuff like that. It is just nice to see. But I am curious to see how the console port would be like, and if there isn't a way that they can somehow use pre-existing accounts, then personally for me, I wouldn't download it on my PS5, just because it just seems like a waste of space if I can't even play on this awesome character of mine on the console. So again, if they really want this console launch, or whatever they want, if they want the console port or the phone ports or whatever it is, if they want to port it on whatever it is, they're going to have to add cross progression, cross play, etc., etc. It's a lot of work. So again, I'm not sure if we're really going to get like a console launch in 2022. In my opinion, I don't think we are, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Next thing I think that Wizard101 needs, just in the general future of things, is kind of the paywalls have been getting kind of obnoxious. Each new world has a paywall. That's understandable, but I really do think that Wizard City should be free permanently, even though it doesn't really make much of an impact. I still don't think that Wizard City should be paywalled, right? And we saw that free membership period, and it's like these people have finally gone to places where they haven't been before. But after that free membership period, I actually saw a lot of people just standing in front of the gates of like Firecat Alley and Colossus Boulevard and Cyclops Lane, and it's just sad to think about, because obviously you can't access those areas without a premium subscription, which kind of sucks. But in a sense that these are low-level areas, I feel that there's no need to really put a paywall on it, and I also don't think that it's going to financially devastate them. I mean, they literally just, we talked about this, the KI headquarters are being moved to like Rocksteady texted her or something like that. I forgot the name, but I know that they're moving offices and stuff like that, and they're having more job openings and stuff like that. We talked about that in one of the news videos that we did. But honestly, if they made Wizard City free, I don't think that's going to financially be the end of the world, right? I mean, if they don't want to, that's fine by me, but I personally think that Wizard City just should be free at this point in time. You know, Wizard101 has been kind of living in 2008, or they just been living in the early 2000s, where it's really hard to remove these paywalls and stuff like that. You know, you got games like Fortnite, a generic comparison, but you also got awesome games like Genshin Impact that are also free to play. You get your currency through just playing the game. You know, it's just a nice, fun adventure. And then, meanwhile, in Wizard101, if you want to continue your adventure, you literally have to have a membership, or you have to buy these premium zones, or participate in giveaways and get a bunch of crowns, or just do trivias for the rest of your life. And I'm not sure if you should be doing trivias all day just to unlock a certain area of the world. I feel like if you're doing it, I don't know, if you're doing that for a video game, I feel like it's not worth it at that point. But personally, for me, I just gotten bored of the trivias, and generally speaking, I kind of wish there was a better way to obtain crowns. Maybe if you sell a crown item, you can get some crowns back or something like that. I don't know, but I really do wish they can get rid of like the paywalls and stuff like that. I don't know. And then thirdly, but not least, is the kind of like player base overall. And I think this is kind of going back into like Wizard City being free, but they're going to have to work really hard next year to kind of keep these players, right? And again, we looked at the realms. We have a few realms open. I don't know if it's just for the holidays or not. Oh, well, one of them just went to crowded, but I don't know if it's just everybody's like not busy anymore, so they can just play the game freely. But I feel like we're going to need a lot more free-to-play weekends, and this includes the free membership weekends, which we had during the 12 Days of the Spiral. That's actually the only times we've had it, but I feel like throughout the time, they should keep trying to obtain some data just to, you know, just see what the players think. And personally, for me, I think that the free membership period for the 12 Days of the Spiral was a success. We saw a lot of people coming back in, playing the game. I thought that was great. But also, we should definitely keep pumping out those free Wizard City and Krakatopia weekends. I think those will be really good. But I don't know, for some reason, for me, and I've been playing this game for like 11 years. For some reason, for me, every time they have these free weekends, whether it's Krakatopia or the free membership that we had, for some reason I play the game less, and I don't know if that's just because, you know, I've been playing this game for so long, it's Burnout or what, but I never had motivation to go on my other characters and quest, and I don't know if it's just Burnout or in general, I know that I'm going to hit that paywall when I get out of Krakatopia, and there's no point of just speed questing if I already know I'm going to hit a paywall. And that's kind of the main turnoff with Wizard101. And again, I mentioned that they're still kind of living in the past, and they're not really caught up to date with like free-to-play games. You know, we still have these paywalls and memberships and tons of crowns, and there's tons of stuff being updated in the crown shop with tons of bundles, tons of crown shop rewards and stuff like that. You know, it just kind of gets annoying. Definitely my New Year's resolution is not only to try and get a driver's license and do well in college, but also try and spend less on the Wizard101, because especially the 100 and technically 60 pack giveaway I gave to many people. I gave a lot of packs to a lot of people. That cost $60 because I took advantage of that crown sale they had during the 12 Days of the Spiral. But that was really expensive. You know, $3.99 per pack is a lot of crowns. Dude, that was a lot of crowns. Just doing the math in my calculator was insane, right? But I'm really glad that I could help some people out and just give back to the community. But I'm gonna be blunt with y'all, that's probably the last time I'm gonna be doing that, because that was insane. That was a lot of packs, and I feel bad because some of those players that I gave packs to actually had alternative players, which I mentioned in the video, like, oh, these people probably have another account or another profile and stuff like that. But I felt bad. I really tried hard to try and get 150 individual people, but it really is hard keeping up with everybody's name, and everybody has like 50 wizards, you know. But I'm really glad I could just help out the community in my own way. But But that wraps it up for my video. Again, just some things to think about in Wizard101 in general for the future. But you know what? I'm gonna go over 10 minutes just because this is my last upload. I don't care who watches or not, but I'm gonna keep going and talk about some of the potential updates that we have for Wizard101. I hate to just rush you guys and wrap it up. Let's make this last video something interesting to talk about. But the next thing, I guess, that we can talk about on the top of our heads is PvP. Yes, that is right. PvP and PvE have both been clashing lately with some of these latest updates, especially with stat limitations like damage cap and stuff like that. I think that was actually 2 years ago. But, you know, we've gotten a lot of stat limitations, lots of spell changes, lots of PvP changes here and there. PvP changes actually influence the PvE gameplay in general. There's just been a lot of stuff between the two communities, and honestly, it sucks because, you know, we all play this game, you know, we all want this game to do the best it can, but at the same time, when you have these two sides kind of clashing, it kind of reminds me of the Twilight clashing with the Team Wolf or Team Vampire, like Team Edward and Team Jacob. That's what it was. Yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh, dude, 2000s, man. 2000s was a year. But yeah, it sucks that everybody's fighting over some of these updates, and I feel bad having to report it because I already know that some of these updates are going to keep getting worse and worse for one side or the other. So, for example, the gear audit, right? Whatever they're going to do for the gear audit, they're going to look into the gear. They might decrease some stats, or they might just look into some of the gear. I already know that is going to piss off the whole community, right? And I already know that it's going to be a universal change. However, I know that they can definitely separate the two. So if they just wanted to do a gear audit for PvP, I know that they can do that because we've seen it with spells. They have PvP only spells. They have the technology to do it. I mean, like, I don't know technology, but they have the technology. They have it. They can do it. Here, look at this. Tranquility. I can't use this in PvE combat. This is only a PvP specific spell. I can still get it, but I can't cast it unless I'm in PvP, right? So, again, we have these PvP specific changes with some PvE specific changes. And so, if they don't find a balance with both of these sides, then it's gonna piss off a lot of players, and eventually people are just gonna leave again. And the main thing about this free membership thing that I didn't like is that it's gonna be harder for them to kind of like retain players. Like, player retention is very important with video games. You want to try and keep your players invested in the game as long as you can. But when you keep pumping out some of these ridiculous deals, like the monthly bucket of crowns things that we mentioned, that was a really bad deal because you had to get 2 subscriptions just for that to work. It just seems like a lot of money to be dumping on a game that has little content, right? And of course, we have the weekly events, but of course, you have people that don't like some of these weekly events. I've actually been doing the spiral scene a couple of times, and it's actually pretty easy. It's basically free points. All you gotta do is just walk around somebody's castle, rate it. I usually rate it just 5 stars, and then I dip, get my 6 points, and then I just keep going. But for some people, don't like that, you know? Some people don't like Beast Moon. I used to love Beast Moon. Then they started capping the points, which I personally don't think was a necessary change. That's another thing I wanted to talk about. There are a lot of unnecessary changes that they do in some of these updates. Like, changes that don't make sense at all. Like, why? Why do you do some of these changes that don't make any sense? Like, they don't make a reason for it. They just say, well, you know, I'm like, okay, well, what was the reason for it? Like, I don't get it. Like, why? I don't get it. I don't know. It's frustrating. I'm gonna end this year off on a good note. Wizard101 is fun, but at the end of the day, it can be exhausting, so I highly encourage you guys to play some other video games. It can either be Among Us, Genshin Impact, Fortnite, Call of Duty, whatever, but please take breaks with Wizard101 because this game, I've been playing this game for a long time, and they do a lot of dumb updates, and some of the updates I can't just be on par with, or some of the crown shop deals that they do, it can become predatory. It's annoying. It's all just annoying. I'm just like, dude, this is too much money. I'm done, man. I'm gonna like, go back to like The Sims or something like that. Speaking of video games, if you haven't seen my Road Ahead video, that is basically the road ahead for 2022. I made one in 2021, but I feel like I didn't really deliver much because I didn't really necessarily play those games because mainly it's been Wizard101. Well, I'm trying to basically try and take a step back from Wizard101. Now, don't worry, I'm still gonna, make Wizard101 videos. I just don't want to be called a WizTuber because personally, for me, a WizTuber just kind of sounds weird. It sounds gross. I want to be called at least a YouTuber because that sounds a little bit more, I guess, bland. But I don't know, WizTuber. I mean, it sounds nasty. I'm not even gonna lie, but I want people to know me as someone that plays other video games as a gaming YouTuber or something like that, instead of just constantly feeding you guys Wizard101 crown shop videos, because not everybody has an endless plethora of crowns, right? And I also want to try, and like I said, I want to play other games that I genuinely enjoy and show you guys what I play, right? And I know a lot of people get tired of watching me run around my awesome, beautiful house ranting about Wizard101 or showing you what's the latest in the crown shop or telling you if there's any free codes or not. Because, well, no, free code, everybody comes here for the free code, but I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. We probably will not get free codes in a while, just because all of the promotions that they've done with the 12 Days of the Spiral and the Paper Pulp, those were specific. But now going into next year, I highly doubt that we're gonna get any free codes unless it's a special holiday or if they're feeling nice. We probably won't be getting a spam of free codes for a while. So just as a heads up for y'all. But of course, if there is any free codes on the game that I do see, I will try and make an upload for it as soon as possible, but I personally doubt that we're going to get any for a while, just considering all the holidays and promotions are over now. But we gotta wait and see. I don't know, maybe they do a New Year code or something like that, I don't know, but I highly doubt it. But that pretty much wraps it up for my rant, though. Okay, I'm going to leave y'all to it, and I hope you guys, wherever you live, happy holidays, happy New Year. Let me know what your New Year resolution is. Mine is personally just not spending too much money on this game. I'm not even sure if I wanted to play the 2 test rounds, because there's always one beginning test round. There's 2 test rounds or 2 updates that are kind of slice of life. They're not really anything major, but I don't think I really want to get the test round membership or anything like that anymore, just because I don't know, I don't really need a playtest round. I can read you guys the patch notes, but that's about it. I can just wait till a live round, but I don't know, I don't really have motivation to go on test round. And I feel I don't know, I feel their test realms, I don't know, I feel they're not really getting enough data, because Lemuria released really buggy. I mean, the last boss battle especially, I think it's still bugged, but I don't know, it's just it doesn't feel finished, you know what I'm saying? I know we're in a pandemic, understandable, a lot of video games have been getting delayed or not finished, but I don't know, I feel Lemuria definitely wasn't finished. It just seemed there was more to be done. Maybe it was just a short world, I don't know, but for me personally, I wasn't really too hyped for Lemuria, and I'm probably not going to be hyped about the next world either, just because, again, I'm experiencing Burnout. Played this game for 11 years. Played it since I was a child, basically. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But for the other 2 updates, those will probably be more PvP and social skill type of related. They made a whole dev diary about it. But again, I know a lot of PvP players are passionate. I know a lot of PvE players are passionate. And I know both of them have conflicting ideologies and stuff like that. So regardless of that, I will share the news with you and share you any updates that do happen. But we probably won't be getting any free codes in a while. We probably won't be getting any news in a while, just because we have to wait and see what they post. They actually haven't really posted much during the holidays, so they just kind of took a holiday break off. But my name is Richard Unicorn Caller, or other known as Sizzle RJ, and I will see you guys later. And I hope you guys appreciate some of the other video games I play. I know it can be boring sometimes, but these are video games that I generally do enjoy, just because, I don't know, Wizard101 is just, it's just boring, it's just not really much to do on a Wiz. You do the boss fight, you grind for gear a little bit, but that's about it, there's nothing really to do. Alright, I'm gonna see you guys later. Say bye, Amira.
Okay.
She's talking. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Happy New Year's, everybody. Take care. Take care of your family and everybody. Love you guys, and thank you so much for all the channel support. Really appreciate it, guys. And you were making so much noise. And I'll see you guys later. I'm not even sure if I want to upload this, but yes, thank you guys so much. I'm glad you guys like my videos, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.